Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your mid-October reading and also your full moon reading that we're going to be looking at today as well. So I'm going to look at the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Aquarius collective. This is a general reading, will not resonate with everyone. Remember, the energies can be reversed, so assign the roles as you please. If the reading does not resonate with you, stick around because there may be something in it that you need to hear. It doesn't matter when you're brought to this reading. They're timeless, so whenever you need it is when you need the information. During this reading, the angels are bringing the Holy Fire Reiki energy to you. If you're wanting to look at the 1010 portal that we all just went through, we're going through still with that energy, it is on the screen at the top. There's a link right there, and I always have suggested videos at the end, so if you want to look at the October reading for Aquarius, it'll be there at the end, and then also the playlist that you have as well. I am doing personal readings, so check out the description box down below. If you like this reading or entertain in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. This way you get notified as soon as I post something new. What we're doing today for the 15th on until the end of the month is we're still in Mercury retrograde. That will go stationed on the 18th, and then the closer we get to November, the energy will lighten up and lighten up. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to specifically look at the Justice card. And this is actually the card of Libra, because Mercury retrograde is in Libra, so I want to see the energy that's happening around this retrograde until the end. Some of you guys already know what's happening because you're in the middle of it, and you've seen things resurface and you have re-examined things. This time period that you may be re-experiencing will be between the years of 1994 and 1999, and also 2005 and 2008. Those are going to be the things that may be resurfacing for you. So if you see something in your life right now, go back in time and start to see, was there other things that were happening similarly in those time periods that are happening right now, and what did you do in those instances, and what can you do differently? Because time is not linear, it's multidimensional, so we're living in multi time periods at the same time. We have different timelines happening at the same time. So while you're healing your adult self, you're actually healing the aspects of your child as well. So that's why we go back into our childhood and re-examine the things. And I get people all the time who say, what is my soul purpose? Everybody's soul purpose here is to learn love. Everybody's soul purpose here is to learn self-worth. Now, God gave you gifts that you can utilize in order to help you learn more about yourself and how to love yourself. But those gifts aren't necessarily your soul purpose. They're gifts. They're things that you, in your soul contract, decided that you wanted to bring those into this life experience for you. So sometimes people get caught up, and I did that too. For the longest time, I was like, oh, I sing well, so my soul purpose must have something to do with singing. And so, no, I think that just was a way of connecting back into the divine. There's a reason why I like to sing, is because I always thought that it was because when I got on stage, it felt like I was a different person, and I was able to express myself and share feelings with people without it actually being me. Like I could be within the character that I was portraying in like musical theater or something like that. I could be the character and really live in that experience and help. And I was thinking I was able to heal myself in that way. But if I did that, I wouldn't be here helping you with your life experience. So my sole purpose was to heal myself so that I would be able to access these gifts to where I could help you on your journey. So it's very interesting how we sometimes get stuck in the fact that we think that our gifts are where we're supposed to be living. I think the gifts are where we're supposed to be healing and learning who we are and loving ourselves, and then that will open up the doors maybe for something different. This card is the card of Libra. We're going to take a look at that. It is about balance and perception and objectivity. You could have been looking at through this whole retrograde, so I want you to be introspective for a moment and think about during this retrograde, what was it that you were looking at? Was it for the home? Did you have legal issues coming up for you about your property that needed to be resolved? Were there contracts that needed to be signed? Were there ways that you were making progress in your home? Let's look at relationships. Because there's a lot of people in the world. We're all going to experience it differently. So let's talk about relationships. What does Libra do for relationships? Libra balances out the practical issues that are important, focusing in on the emotional aspects, like are your emotional needs being met in your relationships? It's about finding the right balance between work and relationship as well. So some of you guys are not balanced in either one of those. Some of you guys are focusing too much on relationships and disregarding your work. Some of you guys are focusing too much on work and putting your relationship on the back burner. You may be getting tested at work. You may be having different job interviews or negotiations, and those things can be really successful during the Libra time period. So if you're switching a job, hopefully it was one that you were already looking at, or you were already looking at this move before the retrograde came in. But if you haven't had those yet, then you might get them till the end of the month, because we are in the Libra time period. During this time, you may have been more frugal with your money during this financial period, but money matters will improve as we get closer to the November period. So you may have seen in Congress how they're going back and forth about the debt ceiling. You know, are we going to be getting a stimulus? Yes, no. What things are we going to be doing? It's just like this back and forth ping pong ball that they're throwing. And what we're going to see is that it's going to start to balance out as we get out of the retrograde and go closer to November. So during this time, you may have felt like balance at work and your relationship and your money issues have spiraled out of control. And now it's time to recognize the dishonesty, you know, the things that are being treated unfairly. Maybe you've gotten bad advice from people or trusted people that you shouldn't have trusted. It's time to speak your truth and find your voice and stay strong in your values. So the Justice, she is all about right values and rewarding fairness. She's very logical in the way that she influences things during this time period. It is a card of empowerment and advising you to take the left brain approach to take control. Listen to the advice from people around you that you do respect, because she could be putting different people, this energy could be putting different people in your life to help you get through the injustices of the unfairness that were not happening, so that you could take a look at the things to help you be more stable in your life. All right, Aquarius, let's see what is going on in your world. I want to thank all the people who've already subscribed to my channel, supporting me to 2,000. If you have, if you're new here, welcome, and thank you for coming and checking out my channel. If you like, I want to thank the people who've donated. Click the links in my description box. Got personal readings from me. Watch ads that are associated with my videos. Watch my videos. Like, share, subscribe, all those things. I'm going for a goal of 3,000 subscribers. If you're not yet subscribed and would like to support this channel, please take a second to do so. And if you are subscribed already, please make sure that you still are, because YouTube takes off subscribers. All right, let's look at this 4-card spread. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have the overall energy for you is the 4 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. Okay, and I'm told to look at these as well. And we have the equal give and take and the King of Cups. So I have a feeling this might be a love reading that Libra was working with you. So we're in the Libra energy, goes until the end of November. Let's see what Libra brought up for you during the retrograde that you've been looking at, okay? So first of all, the cards that we have right here tell a story. And the first story is that you may have been disconnected from something. Maybe having a little bit of apathy around a situation, something that you've been contemplating about. Maybe you had to withdraw from it just to kind of check out how you feel about it, check out your alignment to it. But it was something that made you feel really trapped. And that could be trapped in your mind, or it could be actually physically trapped in a relationship. It could be, like I said, a self-imposed restriction, or maybe victim mentality, something that had self-limiting beliefs. Maybe you had a lot of inner critic stuff going on, but something that you wanted to see a new perspective about. It was around this equal give and take in relationships. It is also, I have two cards right here that show a gift from God. So some sort of manifestation that was happening, and in a way that maybe you couldn't recognize it or see it, because not all of our gifts are actually up in our face where we can see everything. But it's about giving and receiving, sharing, generosity, your self-care as well. If you had any unpaid debts, you may have probably need to look at that. That could be unpaid debts financially, or in the tangible world, or actually like unpaid debts of karmic situations as well. And maybe there was a lot of one-sided relationships going on, meaning that people were taking, and not giving, and equal give and take. It's also surrounding this Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is looking at your happiness. It is also your maturity, like how emotionally mature are you? How emotionally mature are other people around you? It's looking at maybe your insecurities, or the insecurities that people are trying to impose on you. It could be the things that you've been disappointed about or just sensitive about. And so those may have been the things that you were having brought up to you during the Libra retrograde. The present situation was about your freedom and what makes you feel free and happy and loving. And it's about new beginnings and your innocence and your spontaneity and things that you may have held back on. Or maybe you're just really reckless and your behaviors are risk-taking at the time of this retrograde as well. And that was to help you free up some of these restrictions and free up yourself. Because remember, you were trapped in this way, and now it's like about bringing out your free, loving spirit. The action that needs to be taken is this Chariot. And that is, maybe you were looking at your self-discipline or the opposition that you had to certain things. Maybe you were feeling like a lack of direction, or somebody was controlling you, or you were feeling controlled. Maybe it was around your willpower. So maybe this card, like the things that were coming up was about just being, it's about your success and taking action and being more determined. Now this card is upside down. And so let me look at it really quickly just to kind of hear some things. So I see a couple of things when I look at this card. The first thing is that you got these two things right here that are at the top, and you're at the bottom. So this could be two people vying for your attention, wanting to communicate with you, wanting to be a part of you. Maybe you felt this restriction because you just had a lot of things going on. It's a slower energy, but it is an energy of travel as well. And these are the same creatures, but they just have different clothes on. They're opposites, polar opposites as well. That's on that card as well. So something to look at. The thing that needs to be weighed up, or that was needing to be weighed up, is the Knight of Pentacles, which he's a slower moving energy. This card upside down means it was slower moving energy on purpose. It's almost like they wanted you to massage these experiences. So if you had some really good experiences, they wanted you to really feel what that feels like to have good experiences in your life, because that way you can know the difference. And you deserve to have good experiences. But the Knight of Pentacles is weighing up ways that you can improve your money, weighing up things that make you see success. What is success? What does it mean to be dependable and in your life? This is a very consistent energy of planning and long-term success and those types of things. Like, what is long-term action that you want to take? The outcome of the situation is moving forward, moving away from the trapped feeling into, like, God put a lot of gifts. It's just kind of what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of gifts. You got a lot of gifts, like things that happened that were put there in place for a reason to help you feel happiness. So, and you are Aquarius, so you are an air energy. So there's a lot of blessings that happened during the retrograde that made you really take a look at your happiness and what does it mean to be happy. And it made you want to move forward towards happiness and stop going backwards. Yeah, the Six of Swords is about transition and change, and releasing and going forward. It could be lots of personal transitions as well. There's just a lot of changes that happened that were for the good during this Libra. And you're the only one that I've read like this. Nobody else had this type of good energy that happened. I'm not saying that people had bad energy. It's just like you guys had a lot of good energy, which is really awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the full moon that's happening tonight. Okay, so the next card that we're going to talk about is the Emperor. And the reason why is because there's a full moon in Aries on the 20th. We just got out of a new moon in Libra. And then we had the 10-10 portal, which was super crazy. And now we're moving into the energy of Aries moon. The Emperor, he is about control, security, order, and ambition. When it comes to your home, the things that you might be noticing is, are things running smoothly? Are things in order? And do you have the right boundaries and protection? So this is an interesting thing. You can use black salt to go around your house, and that will protect your house from negative energy. That is just a spiritual thing that you can do if you want to. And it's about setting boundaries within your home, outside your home. Maybe you have people who come and they just come without being announced. I don't like that, actually. It's not one of my things. If you're coming to my house, you got to text me and let me know that you're coming. You can't just like stop by. I'm not into that. But in a relationship, you might have a new partner. You might be focusing on a new partner. It might be about planning for the future, or loyalty in love. Like, is your partner loyal, or are they cheater? You know, do they cheat on your money? Do they cheat on your love? Do they cheat? What kind of person are you with? In career and money, it could be about like how your finances are organized, how you balance your expenditures, the things that you might feel are unfair, or do you have fairness at work? And then, are you being stifled in your creativity when it comes to work? Like, are you able to express yourself? The more negative aspect of the Emperor is very power hungry. He's very excessive with his demands. He has a lot of negative traits associated with the traditional masculinity, such as being domineering, controlling, and even cruel at times. And another aspect of the Emperor is greed. The Emperor is really good at setting boundaries, but when we're in a negative energy of the Emperor, we might have problems with drawing the line with people, or maybe we use excessive force and persuasion to get what, somebody's using that either for you, or you're using it to other people to get exactly what you want. So it could be very manipulative as well. The other issue with the Emperor card and this energy is that people might have problems with authority figures. So, gosh, I hope not, but there could be some problems with, like, we might be seeing things surfacing where people are not respecting the law, or respecting, like, the cops. If the cop pulls them over, you might see a lot of those types of things coming up. But the Emperor can be a very, very domineering person, very egotistical, and narcissistic. Now, if you look at the card of the Emperor, like we're looking at the card of the Justice, he's wearing a red cloak, which is about armor, having your armor on. So the Emperor is not as vulnerable. He's not a vulnerable person. He doesn't like to show his vulnerabilities. But he is very good at taking action. That's why it's the card of Aries, because Aries takes action. Aries is the ram. So Mars is the ruler of this planet, and that's why. The red cloak also represents taking action and being in the material world. So this person doesn't like to stay too much in the 5D. They like to stay in the 3D and muscle and grit their way through life. The crown that sits on the Emperor's head is about the higher self and shows how the Emperor is very autonomous and self-directed. All right, so Aquarius, what do we have for the Emperor energy? 1, 2, there's that trap again. 3 and 4. All right, there we go. We got that to me is the Aquarius card. I don't care what other readers say. That Hierophant, I mean, you guys are so intuitive. So spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, conformity, and tradition. We're looking at your personal beliefs right now. What is freedom to you? What do you need to challenge in order for you to not be part of the status quo? And how can we start taking care of ourselves and opening up again? Right? That's what they're showing me again. Capricorn just got that too. It's about opening up. So it's like this higher perspective of taking care of your body, mind, and spirit. Higher perspective of what you need to be happy in life. Good health, good finances. What does it mean to be cared for? What does it mean to be well off and reliable? Blah, blah, right? All of those things. But it's also coupled with this feeling of now you can open up, now you can be you, now you don't have to be so protective, now you can take those walls down, now you can really feel what it feels like to live again, Aquarius. So you in this situation is you have felt very defensive about something, or I don't know if the word is defensive, it's strong. There you go, there's the word. So there's something that you were maintaining your control over and trying not to, they're showing me like blurt out a lot of words about something or go to someone and like confront them, you know, something that you have given up your confidence over, you felt overwhelmed about, you felt like, I mean, you persevered through it and you're persevering through it, but it's something that you're developing a new skill over, a new skill of something. Right? And it's about your clear boundaries. And yeah, I mean, there's so many, like there was some kind of painful thing that happened, a painful ending. It created a deep wound for you. You felt betrayed, you felt loss, heartbreak, emotional pain. Yeah, because here is the past where there it is again. You felt trapped. That's the same exact thing that Libra was bringing up for you in the Mercury retrograde. It's this entrapment. Now we got the energy to move forward and move through it that you're wanting because we have that Mars energy. But yeah, it's just the past issue is the same exact thing that I just said before. It could be self-imposed. It could be victim mentality, limiting beliefs. Could be that inner critic. But I felt like this was more like other people were imposing these on you to diminish your self-worth. You know, it's almost like they hustled you into believing you something completely different about yourself. And they had a stronger energy over you and you just didn't see why would somebody do that, you know? And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. It could be because they were competing with you. It could be because they, I don't know. It's just some reason why they wanted to keep you from shining, keep you like almost like make you non-productive in some ways. It was their way of controlling you. I'm surprised I didn't get the devil card with that because I bet you if I shuffled and I popped out more, it would probably bring me the devil card for that because somebody was trying to control you. Okay, maybe they wanted you. I don't know what the deal is, but your hopes and fears is that you can finally lay this stuff to rest. You want to rest. You don't want to do it anymore. You're so over it. You're so tired. Like, please now, you know? You want to relax. You want, to recoup from this. You're really exhausted about it. You're just burnt out over it. Like, come on. You know, you've already done deep contemplation over it. You've done everything that you needed to do for this, and you're just ready to be done with it. And I think the fiery energy of Aries will help you do that. And the outcome, this is an energy of leaving, but it's not as strong as I'd like to see it. So let me see. I want them to give me a little bit more information about that because I'm not understanding. They had it upside down, but I wasn't hearing that was really what was going to be the full outcome. So let me see whether I need more information about that card because it's just not. Let me look at it. Sometimes if I look at it, I can get a better perspective. So you're looking in a crystal ball. You're letting go of one belief system and grabbing another. And you're seeing life in a different way. It's not as distorted as it was when they had the wool over your eyes and they were trying to teach you to be a certain way. Let me see what else I can get. All right, so this is a new perspective. I get that. That makes sense. It's about making new decisions and planning through this new perspective that you've gained with learning how people can be and how they are. And if for a while there you were doubting that anybody was good, sorry, my throat, that you were doubting that anybody was good, but I feel like you're kind of moving past that now. It was about letting go of that. And yeah, it's like this resistance to change, the fear of change, it's not as scary as it was. You know, you don't have to play it safe anymore, I guess is kind of what I'm hearing. And it is a manifestation. It is the magician You look really magical to some people. It's given you a lot of power back from that manipulation that other people did for you. That they had poor planning on your part on how they expected you to be. They didn't want you to tap into your talents. For whatever reason, they didn't want you to have your power. And it's giving you your control back and your willpower and helping you to take action in the right way. You're going to be really determined about your self-worth now and really determined about the people that you allow into your life. Like, you're not just going to allow anybody in your life anymore. And I think you were before, but we held a different energy. And I just think that you're going to be more open to other possibilities. And that's really good. All right, Aquarius, if you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. On the screen is your October reading and also your playlist. I'm really excited for this full moon energy for you guys, and you have a great, great day. I can't wait to see you again. Bye.